everyone, I'm Keval Thakkar and I am officer presents you with a unique initiative to serve students of English medium preparing for GPSC class 1 to civil service examination, and today will be a demo lecture for the subject geography, and we'll go into the subject matter and try to simplify the subject matter of this geography subject. Okay, friends, let me tell you one thing, that this is a subject which has a few advantages. And what are the advantages of this subject? First and foremost, it has a short syllabus as compared to other primary subjects of GS that we need to prepare for the exam, that is history, culture, polity, economy. And the relative advantage is it is more scoring. Okay, because the twists and turns in the questions are limited up to a certain extent. Okay, so even if the question is twisted, etc., still comparative advantages, this subject is a scoring subject. Biggest advantage of this subject is we all are used to the subject geography, and actually we live the subject geography. Okay, when we travel to one place to another, whether we are on a trip, etc., we are traveling to some cultural place, etc., whatever place XYZ it may be, you live geography, right? Economy is also one such subject that affects our daily life, but geography is a subject that we actually live, we actually travel through this point. Okay, so we are used to it in the context. I mean to say, if I say some words like Narmada, Ganga, Godavari, Himalayas, Gujarat, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, etc., these are the locations or the aspects covered in various topics of the subject geography: river system, dams, etc., place, location, whatever. We are not completely new to this subject. At any point of time in our life, we have come across these words several times. Okay, so the basic thing is we are used to it, but the only need is we just need to transform the information in our mind into what exam demands. What the exam demands, right? So this is the basic thing that geography has as its advantage. So let's try to simplify. Okay, I'm using the word simplify because geography is not a strange subject or a stranger subject for us. Okay, so we just need to simplify it from exam perspective. So what is the demand of the subject for class 1 to exam? Very first thing, first and foremost thing is we need to understand, not only read. We need to understand each and every word of the syllabus. Friends, one of the biggest error that we commit on our side is we don't go through this syllabus very thoroughly, and at last we end up saying that this question was syllabus के बाहर का question था. These kind of questions arise, but genuinely if we go through the syllabus and previous year question papers, friends, always remember two pillars of a subject, of any subject it may be. Number one is syllabus and number two is previous year question papers. Okay, these are the guide to us that how we need to prepare our plan to prepare a particular subject. Okay, our mistake is we don't go through the syllabus, we just read the name of the subject. Okay, I need to read the subject geography, I need to read the subject history. We pick a certain book, whether it be textbook or a reference book, any. We just read from page to page, word to word, and cover to cover. The syllabus is over from our side as we misunderstand it. Okay, but not every word given in the syllabus is important from exam perspective. I mean, whatever stage of exam we are approaching, whether it be prelims, whether it be mains. Okay, so not every word, I mean, some points are important only from prelims perspective. Some are important from mains perspective, and some points are important from prelims and mains both perspective. But the thing is, we cannot decide at which stage will the question be asked. That is examiner's choice. Okay, but our primary goal is we need to analyze the points, every given word, whether it is for prelims, whether it is for mains, whether it's for prelims or mains, anywhere it can be asked. Okay, so we need to understand the syllabus very, very carefully, right? Because not every single word is also asked in the exam, right? Some points are also to skip, some points are also to create confusion in our mind, but we need to pick out those points and keep it aside that, okay, apart from this, only this is the syllabus I need to cover. Second thing, the question demands concepts. The subject demands concepts in depth. Okay. A huge misunderstanding is that only facts will do, because even as a beginner, at times we try to misunderstand that if we cover only facts, as of now it will do. That is the biggest mistake we are committing, friends. We first need to work on concepts. First work on concepts. Reverse the strategy, friends. Initially, don't work on facts. Initially, channelize your energy only in concepts. Okay, because if you run after concepts, factual data will automatically get absorbed in your mind gradually. Okay, because, and the thing is, concepts will remain in your mind for a long term. If we understand the concept very carefully and it's crystal clear in our mind, concepts will stay for a long term from psychological viewpoint. Okay, and facts are nothing but the data, numerical data, etc., that we need to revise again and again if we don't need to forget. So factual data is a thing that you need to revise again and again in order to memorize it. And the other thing, factual data even gets updated after certain intervals. Okay, depends on the topic, that at what interval will it be updated. But the thing is, factual data will keep on changing after certain intervals. So try to work on concepts firstly, and then after you can go after facts. Okay, there are some facts that, for example, 2011 census data. Okay, Now here, except a few definition, there is no concept. Yeah, I agree. But the thing is, this is a subtopic of human geography where questions are frequently asked, and this is one of the subtopic which is flooded with facts. Okay, even if you go through river system, the topic is flooded with factual information. Yeah, thereon, in such topics, the approach should be, if the facts are so important to remember and there are less concepts related to it, if you forget the facts, write, and write. If we forget any kind of factual information and we face any trouble in remembering facts, then the only approach is keep on writing 5 times 10 times. जो स्कूल पे पनिशमेंट मिलती थी 5 10 15 बार लिखने की, वो यहां पे हमको प्रैक्टिस करनी है. ओके, सो दिस इज द बेसिक स्ट्रेटेजी हाउ यू कैन रिमेंबर फैक्ट्स. देन आफ्टर, maps. Geography cannot be studied without maps. Geography is a subject of maps, you can say. Okay, so maps, if you see, map based questions, it can be also said as geopolitical questions. Okay, geopolitical questions, that is boundary based questions, like XYZ country shares boundaries with XYZ nations. The question might be that. Indian states, it can be that XYZ state shares boundary or does not share boundary with which of the following given states. Okay, and whatever may be the question. So maps, geopolitical based questions. Then after, every topic wise maps. Okay, topic wise maps, I mean, for example, if you are studying river system, you need to have a map and you need to study the river system map. If you are studying ocean currents, you need to have a map of ocean currents. Okay, so if you are studying physiographic divisions and mountains, you need to have a map of mountainous regions. So these are topic wise maps where questions are asked. And the biggest advantage of map based study is, at times, let's take an example. Suppose you have gone through a particular topic. Let's take mountainous regions of India. Okay, subtopic of physiographic divisions, and you have gone through Himalayas, central India, southern India, northeastern plateau region, etc. You have gone through all over the content, but you have missed the map study. Questions are asked on location based, like arrange the given mountains of India from north to south, south to north, east, west, whatever may be the chronology. Now the thing is, if you haven't gone through the map, and even if you are aware of the content, you have gone through, you are very well aware that yes, मुझे ये सब आता है, मैंने ये पढ़ा हुआ है, लेकिन मैप नहीं देखा, what will be the thing? तुक्का मारने के अलावा अपने पास कोई ऑप्शन नहीं होगा. Right, so the thing is, if we don't go through maps, at times it would be a half-hearted strategy. Okay, and this is the relevance where map comes into picture. Chronology based questions you can not answer without map study. Okay, so topic wise, and I'm just adding over here chronology based questions. Even location based, topic wise, chronology based or location based also, that we'll see through some previous year questions, like how question are asked location based. Previous year's questions those are the second pillar. So the primary pillar, syllabus and previous year questions, at any cost we cannot ignore to avoid this. Because see, what are the advantages of solving previous year questions? Very first advantage is if the questions are repeated. And they are repeated actually, right? From wherever. Previous year questions, I mean, if we are approaching GPSC class 1-2 exams, then we need to also refer to UPSC questions. Okay. Additionally, GPSC class 1-2 questions of previous years, etc. So these will serve as the backbone of this previous year questions. If the question is repeated, for example, we have gone through some 1500 to 2000 questions, just previous year questions. Okay, friends, if you have gone through around 1500 to 2000 previous years questions, don't you think that around 5 questions will be asked? I am just keeping the ratio very low. Okay, if the question is repeated, it will serve as a confidence booster in exam. It has a psychological impact at the back of the end that, okay, I have gone through this question and within no time you will answer that question directly. Okay, that saves even those extra 10 to 15 seconds that we need to give for a particular question. So this is a very micro level analysis that I am giving you that will help at any of the stage of your exam. Okay, so if the question is repeated, it will serve as a confidence booster. Then after, suppose you are completely blank of that particular question. Okay, then you will get some new information or new thing to know. Okay, and that will serve as addition to your knowledge. Okay, previous year questions, if you are trying to attempt it, I mean, you are not just going through that, okay, you are going through question and answer simultaneously, you are just trying to attempt it. That today I'll take 100 question paper and I'll try to solve it within the given time frame as per exam. Then these previous year's question will show you the mirror of your mistakes. Okay, it will serve as that still where you are lacking, still where you need to work on, and due to which reason or what was the cause that led to that your question went wrong. Okay, always try to analyze that why could I not attempt this question or why my question went wrong, whether it was in a hurry, whether it is a lack of revision, whether I had read and I couldn't just recall it, or was it some data that I haven't gone through, whether it is of current affairs, etc. So by any reason, you will get to know that where you are still lacking. Okay, so there are multiple benefits of solving this previous year question that will ultimately help you not commit these same mistakes on the day of exam. Friends, whatever the fact, but there is always a back-end pressure of getting a job on that particular day, which makes us or which compels us to commit some unknown errors. Okay, so to not commit those unknown errors, this is the best practice net. Okay, so you can take it as a practice net to not commit those errors. Yeah, previous years, and you can even consider mock test. Okay, so basically a question bank. Okay, so this is the demand of the subject that we at least need to fulfill. We cannot escape from this compelling criteria. Geography is not completely a static subject. Friends, clearly understand that basic content of geography is static, but there are several points in the syllabus of this subject that need updation. For example, take volcanoes, earthquake, and the interior of the earth. Okay, so volcanoes, basic, we study about types of volcanoes, its structure, its terminologies, etc. But here comes current affairs. If recently any volcano has erupted, then it becomes important from exam perspective. Take natural vegetation. Okay, natural vegetation. Basic is we study forest types. That is basics. Current affairs, it is added, that is India State of Forest Report. That is whatever the latest latest report data may be. Right. As of now, if we consider it's 2021 State of Forest Report published in January of 2022. Okay. So this is, take human geography. Okay. Now the base for human geography is census 2011. Fine, no issue. There are updates in these data through PLFS data. Okay, that is employment, unemployment data gets changed at micro level. Then there are updates like consider sex ratio in India. Okay, as per census 2011, whatever be the sex ratio, but for the first time in history, according to the latest data, I mean just before 2 months, for the first time in the history of India, a sex ratio, that is male female ratio, has gone beyond 1000. That is 1000 females per male. That is the standard sex ratio, and the sex ratio for India in first time its history has reached 1020. So this is current affairs, right? So you need updation at several points. Okay, so geography is not completely a static subject. We can correlate several current affairs things to several topics of this subject, right? So never misunderstand it as a static subject. Okay, there is a major portion that is static, but there is also around 20-30% portion that is not static. Okay, friends, let's try to analyze the subject through two pillars, that is previous year questions and syllabus. So let's first of all go through questions, and then after we'll see how there is not a single question which is beyond the scope of syllabus. Which of the following pairs are correctly matched? Cardamom Hills, Coromandel Coast, Kaimur Hills, Konkan Coast, Mahadev Hills, Central India, Mikir Hills, Northeast India. This is a map based question. Map based, that too location based. Okay, you need map study. Without map study you cannot answer this question at any cost. Okay, so let's see the answer. Answer is, you need to see that which of the following pairs are correctly matched. So only pair number 3 and 4, that is Mahadev Hills and Mikir Hills, are correctly matched, Central India and Northeast India, because Okay. Question was about Kaimur, Mahadev, Mikir, and cardamom. Okay. Now, see, cardamom, Coromandel coast. Why it is not correct? Kaimur, Konkan coast. Why it is not correct? The reason is, say, if we see cardamom hills, here are cardamom hills. Now, if we go through the coastal names, local names of coastal areas, we can clearly see this is Malabar coast and this is Coromandel coast, right? So cardamom hills are not on Coromandel coast but on Malabar coast, that is cardamom hills. Then after Kaimur, it's Konkan coast. Now Konkan coast is this region. Okay, nowhere we see Kaimur. Kaimur is in central India. Okay, so clearly there is a wide gap. So cardamom and Kaimur are incorrect matches. Mahadev and Mikir. Mahadev, it's central India. Mikir, it's north India. Yeah, it's clearly right. These are Mahadev hills and these are Mikir hills. Okay, so Mikir, north India, northeast India. Mahadev, that is central India. These two pairs are correctly matched. If you travel from Kohima to Kottayam, what is the minimum number of states within India through which you can travel, including the origin and destination? Friends, this question has been asked in GPSC class 1-2 prelims exam. But originally this question has its origin in UPSC civil service examination prelims. Okay, that's why I told that questions are repeated. Okay, so Kohima to Kottayam, firstly we need to know in which states are these two places. So Kohima, that is Nagaland, the capital of Nagaland, and Kottayam is in Kerala. Again, this is purely a map based question. We cannot answer the question without map. So let's see. Including the origin and destination, we need to travel through 7 states if we want to travel from Kohima to Kottayam. Which are the 7 states? Let's see. Nagaland, Assam, West Bengal, you come through this way. Orissa, from Orissa you go to Andhra Pradesh. From Andhra Pradesh you can go through Tamil Nadu to Kerala or from Karnataka to Kerala, but this is your destination. So it becomes Nagaland, Assam, West Bengal, Odisha, Andhra Pradesh. It can be either Tamil Nadu or Karnataka, and it is Kerala. So 7 states. Again, purely a map-based question. Then, which of the following is the world's largest landlocked country in terms of area? Right, friends. This is a question of world geography, but yeah, this is completely a factual question. Okay, completely a factual question that we need to mug up, you can say. The answer is Kazakhstan. Okay, these are the countries in terms of the area in descending order. These are top 10 countries. Number 1 is Kazakhstan. Number 2 is Mongolia. Number 3 is Chad. Number 4, Niger. Number 5, Mali. Number 6, Ethiopia. Number 7 is Bolivia. Number 8 is Zambia. Number 9 is Afghanistan. And number 10 is South Sudan. So basically, we don't need to remember all of the 10. It's just top 10. So the question was world geography, but very basic type of question. And see, world geography has been mentioned in the syllabus, but the thing is, very basic type of questions are asked in from world geography. Which of the following ocean current is associated with Indian Ocean? Friends, now we can categorize this question into several aspects. You can put into oceanography. Okay, it can also be added in map-based study because this is primarily asking location. Okay, because Indian Ocean current primarily. Okay, so it can be correlated to either of the topic. Florida current, Canary current, Agulhas current and Kuril current. So the answer is Agulhas current, and this question has been repeated in GPSC itself twice. Okay, so obviously we need to prepare previous year's question. So the point is oceanography and ocean currents, because ocean current is one of the movement of ocean. Okay, others are ocean waves, ocean tide and ebb, and ocean currents. Okay, so this is the basic map of ocean currents. Question: Florida current. Okay, Florida current, right? This is Canary current. Then this is Agulhas current, and last one was Kuril current. That is basically flows over here, and Florida current flows over here approx. Okay, so the thing is, Agulhas current, if we go through the map, then we can clearly indicate that Agulhas current is associated with Indian Ocean region. Okay, identify the two districts of Gujarat, purely map study. Okay, you cannot answer this question at any cost, and this is Amreli and Ahmedabad. Okay, so the two districts maps have been given and we need to identify. Obviously the straightforward answer is Amreli and Ahmedabad. See, this is the map and they have just picked the maps. Okay, we can see this is Amreli and here is Ahmedabad, and okay, so this first one is Amreli and second one is Ahmedabad. Okay, clearly. So friends, map study is very important for geography. Now, identify the state with the help of following statements. Again, map based question and subclassified into the topic borders of India, because even here the name Bhutan, Bangladesh have been given. So international borders of India, we need to we can subcategorize into it. It is bounded to the north by the state of Sikkim and the country of Bhutan. So in the northern area, it's surrounded by Sikkim and Bhutan. It is bounded to the northeast by the state of Assam and to the east by the country of Bangladesh. If we haven't gone through the map, you cannot at any cost again answer this question. But yeah, if you have gone through the map, even if you are little bit aware, we can clearly eliminate the options, because Tripura, say Tripura is in northeast, so Bangladesh cannot be to its east, right, to its east. So if we consider Tripura, Bangladesh would be on its west. So Tripura cannot be the answer. Arunachal Pradesh is to the northeast of Bangladesh. So Arunachal Pradesh borders China. So Arunachal Pradesh cannot be an option. Now you have two options, whether it is West Bengal or whether it is none of the above. At times we may get confused that whether it's Odisha or Bihar, etc. But the thing is, West Bengal shares longest border with Bangladesh. Yes. It is surrounded by Assam. Yes. It shares border with Sikkim. Yeah, Sikkim shares border with only one state. Sikkim shares border with only one state, and that is West Bengal. Okay, so clearly the answer over here is West Bengal. Again, friends, purely a map based questions. We can just have a look into this portion. See, this is West Bengal. It's surrounded by Sikkim and Bhutan. On its northeast side is Assam, and it's also surrounded by Bangladesh. So basically a map based question. Meghalayan age refers to what? See, this is the geology. Okay. Now, how do you consider this question? Because this question was asked in last year prelims, but this question was asked in GPSC mains earlier, and then in prelims in the following years. Okay. Now, when it was asked in mains earlier, that is around 2018-19, it was part of current affairs. Okay, because at that time Holocene epoch was sub-classified into Meghalayan age, Greenlandian age, and North Grippian age. Okay, so as part of this classification of Holocene epoch, Meghalayan age was sub-classified. Now let's see. Geological age during which the Gondwana continent broke away from Pangaea. The age at which girls are permitted to marry in the matrilineal society of Meghalaya. Age of stalagmite growing from the floor of Mamlu cave due to karst topography. Mamlu caves are in Meghalaya, okay, and one of the longest caves found in India, okay, and stalagmites, this was the base to classify Meghalayan age, okay. In the geologic time scale, it is the latest age or uppermost stage of Quaternary era, okay, Quaternary, that is fourth part. Yes, the correct answer is option D. In the geological time scale, it was a subclassification, right? So, if we go through this, see, Holocene epoch, upper or latest, middle, or lower or earlier, L or E, that is lower or earlier. Greenlandian, North Grippian, and the latest one is Meghalayan age, that is referred to as last 4200 years from present, right? That is past 4200 years. Friends, this is very important because if we go through the geological time scale, इसको आप basically भूगोल का इतिहास बोल सकते हो, okay, the history of geography, that how the earth has evolved and what have been the periods of several transitions. Meghalayan age, now Meghalaya is a state, okay. state, that is a state, or you can say a politico administrative unit. This is the first time in this geological time scale that a particular period has been named after a political administrative unit of a country, and that is India's Meghalaya. So if this is the importance, how can we skip this question, or how can we skip this content? This becomes very much important. Okay, so Meghalayan age, and this classification was based on this Mamlu caves. Okay, and their stalagmite rocks were found, and on the basis of analyzing these rocks, the classification was done. But yeah, if we consider overall general geological time scale, it's not a question और इट्स नॉट अ टॉपिक ऑफ जियोलॉजी, ऐसा टॉपिक नहीं है जो फ्रीक्वेंटली एग्जाम में पूछा जाता है. ओके, दिस वाज जस्ट अ क्वेश्चन विच वाज फर्स्टली अ पार्ट ऑफ करंट अफेयर यू कैन से, और अ प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चन आस्क्ड इन प्रीलिम्स. नेक्स्ट, द ड्यूरेशन ऑफ dawn and twilight is of maximum period at, means the period of sunrise to sunset, you can say basically. Okay, so now this is very fundamental question or purely a concept based question. Okay, it's very much fundamental, very much basic, the starting of geography you can say, where before starting the subject geography we go through some very basic points, and this is the one of the point where we need to go through this. So let's consider sunrise and sunset. The maximum time between these two incidents is at which point? Equator, tropics, Antarctic or Arctic Circle, or the poles. Now day and night is a daily mechanism. Is a daily mechanism. Every 24 hour completes one cycle of one day and one night, whether it be equator, whether it be tropics, or whether it be Antarctic or Arctic Circle, that is 66.5 degree north and south latitude. This is 0 degree latitude, and these are 23.5 degree north and south latitudes, and poles, that is around 90 degree latitude. Yes, we if we go through the basics, okay, then you will come to know that at poles there is 6 months day and 6 months night. So obviously a day lasts for 6 months probably, and a night lasts for 6 months probably. Yeah, there is not exactly 6 months, but probably the transition phase can also be considered. But yeah, mostly odd one out is poles, because A, B and C, here the mechanism of day and night is diurnal, while at poles it takes around 6 months for a day and night. So obviously the maximum period would be at poles, right? And the factors affecting, right, if we go through this chart and we analyze 6 months day and 6 months night. Okay, say if we consider this is the circle of illumination that separates day and night on earth, and this is the axial tilt of earth that it is tilted at 23.5 degree and it makes an angle of 66.5 degree. So if we consider this circle of illumination and consider this north pole, this is the south pole. Okay, here the earth is tilted, that is called axial tilt. It will keep on rotating on daily basis. Obviously every 24 hours complete one cycle of day and night. So if the earth rotates, consider here it's given 21st June, 21 का 22 जून होता है, 23 जून होता है, 24 जून होता है, पर यहां पे नॉर्थ पोल में या साउथ पोल में यहां दिन है तो दिन का दिन ही रहेगा, बिकॉज अर्थ ये इसी जगह पे रोटेट करेगा तो दिन का रात नहीं होगा. ओके, यहां पे रात से दिन नहीं होगा. थर्ड पॉइंट इज रेवोल्यूशन. Now if the earth moves along its orbit and it travels from here to here, so it's approx 6 months we can see. So it's June and here it's December. Now the north pole has night and south pole has day. Okay, so this mechanism for 6 months day and 6 months night is caused due to the axial tilt and revolution. Rotation has no impact on this mechanism. So we need to understand the concepts very well, right? My point is this. Next, which of the following are the effects of Himalayas on India's climate? So effect of Himalayas. So this is a question from physiographic divisions of India, or you can simply say Indian geography. But again, here factual information mugging up won't work. We need to have our concepts clear. Preventing North India from becoming cold desert, precipitation in North India, moderating effect on climate in peninsular India. Friends, if we are just aware of one point, that is moderating effect, in whole of the geography syllabus only oceans or seas have the moderating effect on the adjacent physiographic division, or whatever it may be, a plain, a plateau, or a mountain, doesn't matter. But moderating effect word is always used with reference to sea, not any other physiographic division. So primarily point number 3 is wrong. So now go through elimination method. 3, 3, 3. So B, C and D automatically become wrong and the answer is 1 and 2 only. Now let's analyze. Preventing North India from becoming a cold desert. Yes, because cold desert, because Siberian winds are very cold, which the Himalaya actually blocks, and it prevents North India from becoming a cold desert. Precipitation in North India, yes, it causes southwest monsoon, that is rainfall through southwest monsoon. Yes, Himalaya blocks those winds and the direction is southwest, so Himalaya can block it and it causes rainfall in North India. See, first thing, Himalayas, okay, so it prevents these Siberian winds. Then after, on the contrary, these are southwest monsoon winds which it will block, and the whole of the northern plains receives rainfall due to this mechanism. So point number 1 and point number 2 are right. Why point number 3 is wrong? Because moderating effect is always of the sea. It's very simple. But here the thing is focus has to be on concept. Okay. Then after, as per India's National Population Policy 2000, by which of the following year we aim to attain population stabilization? So this is the basic goal that we need to attain. This is part of human geography. Okay. Straightforward answer, 2045. See, this is completely a factual question from human geography. We need not go into any concept or anything, but the thing is here the aspect changes from physical geography and map based geography to human geography. Then after, according to census 2011, which one of the following is not a criterion to qualify as an urban area? So again, human geography, base is obviously census 2011, and simply the definition has been asked. Okay, the definition of an urban area, what an urban area means. So it's not that census, if we are going through, then we'll just mug up literacy rate, sex ratio, child sex ratio, infant mortality rate, maternal mortality rate, etc. Just facts don't work. Even here we need to go through the basic definitions. Over here, total population of the area, population density, percentage of non-agricultural occupation and industrial workforce in the area. Option is D is the correct answer. D is the correct answer. So let's see what is an urban area. According to census 2011, the definition given is census towns are areas that are not defined as a town by the state governments but have urban characteristics. Now, what are these urban characteristics? Urban characteristics are minimum population of 5,000, at least 75% of the male main workforce in the town occupied or engaged in non-agricultural activities. And point number 3, population density of at least 400 persons per square kilometer. See, here there are 3 criteria and there are 4 options. Examiner has clearly picked these 3: population, non-agricultural workforce, and population density. See the question: population, population density, non-agricultural workforce. So if we have gone through the point genuinely, the clear answer is option D. Okay. So from the previous year's question, and if we go through the syllabus, friends, it's very easy to go through the syllabus, and the way we analyze it, we can pick the points or we can ignore the points on the other rights. Right. So let's see. Earth in the solar system, motion of the earth, concept of time and season. From here the syllabus changes because hereafter it's physical geography. Okay, that is fundamental geography, you can say. The question we saw that the time at twilight and the time between twilight and dawn is maximum at, it's clearly given the concept of time. Okay, so the question has been asked. Internal structure of the earth, measure landforms and their features. Atmosphere, its structure and composition, that is composition is which are the main gases in its composition, and its structure is the layers, that is troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, etc. Elements and factors of climate. Okay, see, elements and factors of climate, fragmented questions can be asked that XYZ is the cause, what is the reason behind it, this is the incident, like what are the factors affecting temperature inversion, what are the factors affecting temperature distribution, kind of these kind of questions. Those are the basic factors of climate. Air mass and fronts. Okay, now if you see atmospheric disturbances, okay, atmospheric disturbances are mainly cyclonic activities, etc., hurricanes, etc. These are actually related to air mass and fronts. Okay, so if you go through these points, those are very much interlinked conceptually to and fro. Okay, one point depends on the other. So if your one concept is not clear, the second won't be clear. Then after climate change, friends, climate change. Okay, climate change is a point in my view. From this perspective, if we see, this has been mentioned in prelims syllabus, but climate change is a topic which is more important from mains perspective rather than prelims perspective. Okay, if we consider that recently summits have been conducted, UNFCCC, COP meetings, etc., etc., those are the developments of climate change. But if we consider it as a part of fundamental geography, and if we refer to this word climate change, this is purely a point for mains, not for prelims. Oceans, yeah, oceans. Recently we saw this ocean. Okay. Physical, chemical, and biological characteristics. Okay. Then after hydrological disasters, again point for mains, not for prelims, because see, this is the point, that is hydrological disaster. Disaster management has been clearly mentioned in the main syllabus. So hydrological disaster is one of the type of disasters, the categorization of the disaster. Okay, so hydrological disaster, again it has been written, but it won't be asked in this perspective. Marine and continental resources. Now if we go through further points, right, resources, if we go through the resources chapter and you don't classify like marine resource or continental resource, it's very much fine. You just need to go through resources. Okay, there won't be any strict classification that these are marine resources, these are continental. That would be automatically understood when we go through it. Then after physical geography, it's clearly written world, India and Gujarat. The question that we had gone through, Kazakhstan is the largest landlocked country. That is purely a world geography question from physical geography. India, we have gone through this Himalayan question, right? Gujarat, this map based questions, Amreli, Ahmedabad question we went through. Okay, physiographic divisions, earthquakes, and even over here the seismic zones of India we need to go through. Okay, then landslides, then climatic changes. See, climatic regions is one thing and climatic changes is another thing. So climatic changes, again the point is repeated here, climate change, here climate change, right? Climatic regions, yeah, obviously we need to go through it, that Stamp and Köppen classification, etc. Monsoon, yeah. Now see, if we go through Indian climate, monsoon is by default a part of it. So even if monsoon is written clearly over here, take it as this becomes more important when you go through climate. Although we study monsoon as part of Indian climate, but if it has been mentioned explicitly, then this becomes more important. Okay, natural vegetation. As I said, natural vegetation basics plus India State of Forest report we need to go through, right? National parks and sanctuaries. Friends, this is a point of environment and biodiversity, not purely of geography subject, but still it is written over here. Means, yeah, national parks and sanctuaries become important, but it does not mean that other protected areas, because national parks and sanctuaries are sub part of protected areas. There are several other aspects of protected areas like Ramsar sites, UNESCO World Heritage Sites, biosphere reserves, national parks, sanctuaries, etc. Point is, when we go through protected areas, the syllabus clearly mentioned that your focus has to be more inclined towards national park and wildlife sanctuaries. Then major soil types, rocks and minerals. Now see, these points are interrelated. Soil type depends on the parent rock, because parent rock is one of the most important factor affecting soil formation. Minerals, not all minerals are found everywhere, so particular mineral is found in a particular type of rock, right? As for example, if we consider coal or fossil fuels, okay, fossil fuels are always found in sedimentary type of rocks. So these are concepts that you need to work on, then after factual data will automatically be memorized. Then after social geography, world, India and Gujarat. Friends, even though the world geography from social angle it is written, but this is very less important except current affairs, and that too current affairs you just need to go through tribes or a particular community. Okay, for example, Madhesi people, Rohingya people, to which area they belong, etc. These kind of questions. No more questions from world social geography actually. And the base for this social geography is census 2011. Right, and census questions, we already have gone through that. Several questions have been asked. That is distribution, density, population, growth rate, sex ratio, literacy, occupational structure, SC/ST population, rural urban components, racial, tribal, religious and linguistic groups, urbanization, migration and metropolitan regions. Okay, so this whole point is, that is human geography. Then after economic geography. Friends, economic geography is nothing but the subject of economy. If we carefully read the points given in this number 4, world, India and Gujarat, major sectors of economy, that is agriculture, industry and service sector, their salient features, basic industries, that is agro, mineral, forest. See, forest. The point mentioned earlier of natural vegetation. Natural vegetation is nothing but forest. Okay, we study forest types. Fuel, manpower based industries, transport and trade, pattern and issues. Now see, again this pattern and issues. This pattern and issues, there is no such thing that we need to go through it. Yeah, transport and trade. Okay, if we consider foreign trade and its pattern, that to which countries India exports more, from which countries does it buy more, which commodities does it import more, export more, etc. That is actually the pattern. But except those factual things, nothing is important. Rather, these issues and all, this becomes more important from means perspective. Okay, but in short, overall point number 4 is the subject of economy. So that is actually not part of the subject geography. Let's see the syllabus of means. Okay, Friends, preparation for prelims and mains is never in fragments. Okay, it's always correlated, it's always happening simultaneously. साथ साथ ही प्रिपरेशन होती रहती है प्रीलिम्स और मेंस की, वो दोनों कभी अलग नहीं होते. ओके, let's see physical features and resources. First point, here see India and Gujarat, there is no mention of world. Major landforms, climate, soil, rivers, vegetation. Major resources, land, soil, rocks, minerals, water and vegetation resources. That's it. Again, repeated question, repeated point from prelims. Economic activities, that is primary, agriculture, livestock, forestry, fisheries, quarrying and mining. Secondary, in short, primary sector covers agriculture and allied services. And what are these allied sectors? These are these all: livestock, forestry, fisheries, mining and quarrying. These are the allied sectors, you can say. Secondary sector, industry, manufacturing. Tertiary, trade, commerce, transport, communication and storage. Quaternary activities. Okay, so in short, this whole point is again the subject of economy, for which we also need to cover current affairs. We cannot answer these questions without current affairs, but focus of mains questions will be more inclined towards this point number 1. This is more important from mains perspective as far as geography subject is concerned, because this will be covered in economy. That's why. Then after point number 3, social and demographic, or rather you can say again human geography. Okay, population distribution, density, age, sex ratio, etc., education characteristics. In short, this whole point has been clearly mentioned in prelims syllabus, so you read it whether for mains or for prelims. Just if you follow the approach of mains, your prelims will be automatically covered. Okay. Then after developmental and environmental issues, friends, this point is the practical aspect or the working aspect of geography, right? Because when an economy works using the resources of a particular region, now resources we study in geography, the system that develops on based on these resources is economy, and the issues which develop like inequality, like pollution, like environmental issues, like developmental issues, etc., those are again mentioned over here. So developmental and environmental issues, that is related to sustainable development, globalization, its impact on society and economy. Then after, specific points have been mentioned about smart cities. Okay, smart cities, even Make in India point has been mentioned in the syllabus elsewhere. And solutions, natural hazards. See, this is basically disaster management. Natural hazards, earthquake, landslides, cyclones, cloudbursts, tsunamis, droughts, flood, climate change, etc. So in short, from here, it's all disaster management explicitly mentioned in the syllabus. But this is the practical aspect that is purely based on understanding. Okay, you can understanding plus current affairs. Okay, yeah, we need to understand the basics as well, no issue. But at times questions based on very logical sense, right? Those type of questions are also asked. So point number 4 is developmental and environmental issues. So the this way we need to approach the subject. Now see, we have gone through the previous year papers, that is pillar number 1. We have gone through the syllabus divided into prelims and mains as well. Friends, we can clearly correlate the points that questions have been asked from the syllabus itself, from one or the other point. Okay, so it's not that any question is ever asked beyond the syllabus. The thing is, the approach is lacking from our side that we need to work on, right? So I hope the subject of geography will be much clear to you now, and the primary goal of simplifying the subject of geography has been achieved up to a greater extent, and we'll meet again next time with some other topic. Till then, stay safe, have a good day.